Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan, third of the day. The topic of this one is illegal asylum seekers and illegal immigration. Now, the reason for this video is I see an increasing amount of people who want to justify boats, illegal immigrants, illegal asylum seekers, etc. coming to our shores. And they think that that's acceptable. The types of people that will hold a banner up pre-made by somebody else with somebody else's words on it most Saturdays in towns and cities around the United Kingdom. And what they're saying is, well, nobody can come into the country illegally, etc., etc., etc. Now, it's very, very simple. We have immigration controls in place, which anybody can apply for. We also have an asylum schemes, plural, which people can apply for. And there is very, very simple ways of doing it. Now, the first thing I'll look at is asylum, okay? And this is very, very clear if you want to understand it. Registering your asylum claim, this is from the uk.gov website, okay? So anybody anywhere in the world can access this information, including those people that spend Saturdays with banners up telling folk asylum seekers welcome here. Of course they are, legally. That ain't a problem. So anyway, this tells you how to claim for asylum in the United Kingdom. Hope that's not an ambulance or an asylum seeker. You register your asylum claim at a screening. This is a meeting with an immigration officer where you tell them about your case. You'll have your screening at the UK border if you claim asylum as soon as you arrive. You can also be screened once you're in the UK if you become eligible for asylum. So that one paragraph tells you quite simply, if you were wanting to claim asylum before you arrived in the UK, but you feel you are needing to escape your own country, you come to the United Kingdom, you get to the border control, and you say, hello there, can I seek asylum, please? If you're already in the UK and you become an asylum seeker while you're here, which means, like, let's say, for example, you were over here visiting family and a civil war kicked off in your country and it made it unsafe for you to return. You can then, it says here, you can also be screened once you're in the UK if you become eligible for asylum. Now, at your screening, you'll be photographed, have your fingerprints taken, and have an interview to check who you are and where you're from. You'll be asked why you want asylum, that you can give written evidence to support the claim if you want, as well as any other documents you need. You'll need to say if you or your dependents are taking any medication and given any relevant medical information. So that's how it works, okay? So let's just be dead clear. If I'm running from a country, I feel feared before I arrive in the UK and I think, I'm not happy here, okay? I'm going to go to the United Kingdom to be safe. You come to the United Kingdom, you can arrive in a plane, you can arrive in a ferry, you can come through the Eurotunnel. You get to the border control and you say, I need to present myself for asylum. They deal with you. It's not a difficult process. The only alternative to that, as you can read, if you become an asylum seeker while you're here, so that would be someone who's in the country, something happens in your homeland while you're here, and you go, might not be safe for me to go back. I'm then going to go and present myself for asylum. Dead simple process. So now that we understand that you can come to the UK in an aeroplane or a ferry or the Eurotunnel and go to border control and claim asylum, you must ask yourself the question why so many people choose not to do that. And instead of, if you've already fled your country and you're in Europe, you could probably get to the UK very cheaply and quickly. On an airplane. Come to the UK, when you get to passport control, say, Mr. Border Control Man, I'd like to claim asylum. Now that we know that, you can come safely, quickly and cheaply, why would anybody decide to come via a dinghy, which is slow, dangerous and very expensive because it's reported that it can be charged between £1,500 and £5,000 for people to bring you across the channel illegally. So the next time you hear about somebody saying, oh, they poor people need dinghies, it's the only way they've got safe patches to the UK. No, it's not. It's actually the only way you can come dangerously. And that makes me have to question why. If you are seeking asylum because of fear of living in your own country, why do you need to do this? If there's not, if there's nothing bad about you, you've got all your documents, you don't mind being fingerprinted, and you don't mind going through a process in the UK, why would you go on a dinghy? Why would you try and stow away in a Arctic lorry coming into UK? So the other thing I then looked at was, again, this is on the Commons Library, parliament.uk, tell us existing safe and legal routes to the UK. The boundaries between UK refuge resettlement schemes and other lawful routes have been blurred. For example, calculations in number of people offered refuge in the UK sometimes include people coming through routes that do not assess individuals' need for protection. The UK currently operates several safe and legal immigration routes. The UK resettlement scheme, community sponsorship and mandate schemes are refugee resettlement programmes. Refugee family reunion visas are available for people who were immediate relatives of people granted refuge in the UK before they left the country of origin. Nationality-specific bespoke immigration routes are available for some Afghans, Ukrainians and people from Hong Kong. Plenty of people can come to this country legally through existing safe and legal routes of refuge. Why don't you use any of them? And the last document I want to refer to is a document in the service.gov.uk website, which, page 6 of it, it's a Home Office document, Immigration Returns and Enforcement and Detention General Instructions, Irregular or Unlawful Entry and Arrival, published for Home Office staff on the 24th of May 2024. Now in page 6, illegal entry of irregular arrival definitions and legal basis. This is quite intriguing. Section 31A of the Immigrations Act 1971 states that persons who are not British citizens shall not enter the UK unless given leave in accordance with provisions in the Immigrations Act 1971 or made under the Act. Entry without leave is a breach of Section 31A and therefore constitutes illegal entry, as defined in Sections 33(1) of the Immigrations Act 1971. In some circumstances, it's permissible to enter the UK without formal written leave, but these include crews of aircraft vessels granted deemed leave for a short period to leave on other vessels, Australian, Canadian, New Zealand, United States, Japan, blah, 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 nationals using e-gates granted leave or entry verbally by an immigration officer, or deemed leave for eligible through the common travel area. Under Section 24B1 of the Immigration Act, a person who A, requires leave to enter the United Kingdom and B, knowingly enters the UK without such leave, commits an offence which is triable both ways. So what that's telling you is if you don't hit the criteria listed above, which is people here short stay on vessels and stuff like that, Australians, Canadians, etc. If you come into the UK without having the correct leave to do so, that is an offence, triable, and if found guilty, imprisonment for a term not exceeding 12 months. So you could go to jail for 12 months. For a conviction on indictment, that person is liable for imprisonment for a term not exceeding 4 years. That's quite clear. That is what the Home Office are telling Home Office staff. And it's bonkers. So what we've established in this video is, these people are telling you, the asylum seekers need to get boats. No, they don't. There's easy ways to do it. If you're a genuine asylum seeker. Quite easy, quite safe, and quite quick. Come to the country in a plane, get a ferry or get a Eurotunnel and say, hi there, can I claim asylum please? Because my homeland isn't too safe for me anymore. You will be looked after. Or if you think that might be a wee bit difficult, or there's other reasons that you don't want to do that because you know they're going to take your photograph, take your fingerprint, establish who you are, pay £5,000 and jump in a dinghy and put your life at risk. What makes more sense? And if you want any more proof that asylum and immigration is a problem, because a lot of people are now actually saying, well, immigration isn't a problem in the UK. If that is factual, why have the last 4 governments over the last 20 years all had in their manifesto, we will cut immigration? And then they haven't. So they all admit there's a problem. But these people that will hold up a Socialist Worker Party's pre-made printed banner every Saturday they can, telling everybody refugees welcome here, they don't accept that. What they believe is, if you hold the same views as me, where I do not have a problem with immigrants, I have a problem with the amount of immigration, and I do not have a problem with genuine asylum seekers. I have a problem with people who claim they're asylum seekers. These are 2 different things. And these people who hold these banners up every other Saturday believe I am a far-right fascist for being concerned about the levels of immigration and the amount of illegal asylum seekers. But our government, our media, and our judiciary service feel the same way, because they drive the same agenda. What we need is we need our border closed and dealt with properly. We need caps on immigration numbers, on legal immigration numbers. And we need to come out of any treaty that our government believes holds us responsible for the rest of the world. But please listen to this video carefully, take some information out of it, and when you're confronted with lunatics telling you that people need to come to our country in dinghies, you can act against it because you've got some information. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you've not already done so, please subscribe and hit the notifications button. But most importantly of all, unless you are telling me that I'm wrong and immigration is fine and the only way of getting asylum is jumping in a dinghy and risking your life, if you're one of these people, forget it. But for everybody else in the world, have a great day. Cheery bye now.